52 days drinking. Drinking for me is something that has changed a lot over the years. When I first turned 18, and all my friends are 18, we started going out a lot, and I loved it. And I still do. I love that feeling of basically being drunk on the dance floor. Your favourite song comes on, you're with all your friends, and it's like this euphoric feeling that I'm always seeking. Drinking is very much about your mindset. When you're having other stuff going on, and then you're out drinking, like you've just gone through a breakup or something, you just kind of turn into an emotional wreck. There's a time and a place for drinking, but as I grow older, and as I sort of live a bit more of a stable lifestyle, I start to appreciate life sober more often. I used to get really, really bad hangovers when I was younger. I think it was just the sheer amount that I was actually drinking. I wasn't hydrating or anything like that, so I would wake up and I wouldn't do anything for the whole next day. I would just eat crap food. I will have eaten crap food that night as well. It just ends up being kind of like this vicious cycle of unproductivity. And where I am at the moment in life, there just isn't really space for that. I don't really have spare time to be wasting days. I think for me, moving forward, the negatives are kind of just outweighing the positives, and that's not to say I've cut it out completely, but I did start looking into it and thinking, what is it that I'm actually seeking? And it's just that euphoric feeling of dancing and being with friends, and you can kind of get that without drinking, or without drinking as much anyway. So that's kind of my thoughts on drinking moving forward. And people, when I say this to them, might get very judgmental about it, but when you look into it a bit more, they're just kind of getting defensive, and that's kind of what I used to do. People used to say to me they're not drinking because they don't really like how it makes them feel, and suddenly I would get so judgmental, but really it was just me being really defensive because I wasn't able to recreate that feeling whilst I was sober. And I recognise that now. Obviously everyone is entitled to do what they want to do, and as long as it doesn't hurt anyone, that's fine. It's everyone's choice. For me personally, I'm kind of moving away from the drinking lifestyle. It doesn't make me feel good the next day. I do a lot of questionable things. I do a lot of fun things. I have a lot of fun and a lot of funny stories, but I find that when it's late at night and there's that atmosphere, I don't need to be drinking to act that way, especially if everyone else is drinking. And it is a challenge for me, and it scares me to kind of be doing things sober that previously would have been something that would only happen when I was drunk. But that's all part of the growing, and I think that drinking culture can still exist without being drunk.